Of course, our top focus remains on the heinous terror attack in Pahalgam. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Delhi, cutting short his two-day visit to Saudi Arabia. After a terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam killed 27 people.
मुसलमानों का कत्लेआम बंद करो, बंद करो। इंसानियत का कत्लेआम बंद करो, बंद करो। इंसानियत का कत्लेआम बंद करो, बंद करो। हम हिंदुस्तानी हैं, हिंदुस्तान हमारा है। हम हिंदुस्तानी हैं, हिंदुस्तान हमारा है।
The Prime Minister was originally scheduled to return to India on Wednesday night, but Prime Minister Modi is now expected to hold the meeting of the Cabinet Committee on the security situation and also to review the situation in Jammu and Kashmir. Upon his arrival, the Prime Minister was briefed by the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval on the Pahalgam attack. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar was also present in this meet along with the NSA, as I mentioned. Earlier, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who is currently in Srinagar to take stock of the situation, had also briefed the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister asked Amit Shah to take all suitable measures and to visit Pahalgam. The Home Minister is likely to visit Pahalgam today. In the worst terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir in recent times, a group of terrorists dressed in fatigues opened fire on tourists in Pahalgam's Baisaran meadow around 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday. Gunshots were heard, with witnesses saying terrorists walked out of the woods, started firing indiscriminately. Visuals from the site of the attack showed bodies lying motionless on the ground and women pleading for help. According to sources, two of the terrorists involved in the attack were identified as Asif Sheikh and Adil Gaudi. Adil is a Lashkar commander who went back to Pakistan in 2018 and had recently infiltrated into Jammu and Kashmir. Military choppers were pressed into service for the evacuation of those injured in the attack. This area is only accessible on foot or horseback. Security forces cordoned off the area soon after the attack and an anti-terrorist operation was launched as well. Sources said that investigating agency NIA is likely to take over the probe. The Jammu and Kashmir police has also launched emergency help desks for tourists. Bodies of 25 people killed in the terror attack have been brought to the police control room in Srinagar. The Home Minister is likely to visit PCR to meet the family members of those killed in the attack. The bodies will be taken to the respective states by flights. An officer from the Navy, another from the Intelligence Bureau were also killed in the attack, while two foreign tourists, one local resident of Anantnag in Kashmir have also been killed.
भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय.
5 tourists from Maharashtra lost their lives in the Pahalgam attack. 3 of them were from Thane's Dombivali area, including a senior section engineer from the Central Railway, Atul Mone. 2 people from Karnataka, one from Shivamoga and another from Bengaluru were among the tourists who were killed in the terror attack. A victim identified as Bharat Bhushan was shot dead by terrorists while his wife Sujata and their 3-year-old son was spared. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah dispatched teams of officers to Jammu and Kashmir as well. Local residents in Jammu and Kashmir held a candlelight march mourning the loss of innocent lives in the terror attack on tourists in Pahalgam. Several organizations have called for a complete shutdown in Jammu to protest the killings in Pahalgam, while schools will remain closed in Jammu and Kashmir today. Delhi is on high alert after the attack. Delhi police has been instructed to keep a close watch on tourist places and other important places. Security has been heightened at religious sites in Uttar Pradesh as well. For more on this, WION special correspondent Idris Lone is joining us live from Srinagar. Idris, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, if you could just give us an update on what the situation is like at the moment where you are currently.
Well, I'm standing right outside the police control room, and as you can see in your visuals, the Home Minister has just come in with the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj. Earlier we the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir also arrived at the control room where the 25 dead bodies of the tourists who were killed in the Baisaran area yesterday have been kept. We're also seen two tourist buses which consisted of the relatives of these people who were killed yesterday were also taken inside. There's a wreath-laying ceremony that will be done by the Home Minister inside the police control room, after which these bodies will be sent to the Srinagar International Airport, where they'll be flown in from there to their respective residents. We're being told that 25 people will be sent along with their families back to their respective states today. The Home Minister, after this, we're being told, will be going to South Kashmir's Anantnag district. He will be going to the district hospital in Anantnag, where he'll be meeting with the injured. And later on, we're also being told, however, it's not been confirmed, that he might take an aerial tour of the Baisaran where this attack took place. Security on high alert across Jammu and Kashmir. We've already seen two operations taking place on the line of control. One in North Kashmir's Uri, where two militants were killed by security forces during an infiltration bid. Arms and ammunition has also been recovered from them, while as there was another unconfirmed ceasefire violation in the Poonch sector, where Pakistani forces fired towards the Indian post on the forward post of the Poonch district. What we're also seeing on the ground is that Kashmir as well as Jammu has called for a bandh. All the shops.
Idris, just to sum up what you were telling us about earlier, that he is expected to go to Anantnag as well, and then will have an aerial assessment of the meadow as well. That's what you were saying, Idris, right?
Yes, that is what we are hearing from our sources in the Home Ministry as well as the security establishment, that the Home Minister, after finishing off the wreath-laying ceremony in Srinagar at the police control room, where he is present with the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Umar Abdullah, as well as the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj Sinha. They'll be paying floral tributes to the victims who were killed by militants yesterday in the Baisaran attack. And after this, these bodies will be taken to the Srinagar airport, where they'll be flown back to their respective residents. Meanwhile, the Home Minister will be going to Anantnag. At first, he'll go to the Anantnag's district hospital, where he'll be basically taking stock of the injured people who are being treated there. Yesterday, we also went there at around 11:30, 12 o'clock in the night, wherein there were 7 people who were brought into the hospital. 4 of them were discharged because they were treated. They had minor injuries, while as 3 of them were kept in the hospital. One of them had 4 bullets. He was critically injured. He was kept in the ICU, while as 2 others did not have bullet injuries, but they were basically victims of the stampede that had taken place after the attack. They were also kept there by the doctors for the night, and their condition was, however, stable. There were a few more people who were taken to the Pahalgam hospital as well, and it seems with the visit of the Home Minister, maybe all of the injured have been taken to the Anantnag hospital, where they'll be treated, because that's the main district hospital of Anantnag, where the Home Minister is likely to visit after that. We're also being told that after that he might, which is not confirmed yet, but he might take an aerial tour of the Baisaran area where the incident took place with the security forces.
Right, and Idris, just for our viewers, if you could also just tell us about, of course, we spoke about the Baramulla infiltration bid, and then you were also saying that there are some unconfirmed reports of ceasefire in Poonch district as well. If you could just take us through that once more.
Well, security has already been on high alert across the line of control as well as the international border. We've seen since yesterday after the attack, they were already put on high alert. In the early morning, wee hours of early morning today, there was suspicious movement seen next to the forward post in the Uri sector, where a group of militants were trying to infiltrate into the Kashmir territory, but security forces already were on high alert, and they saw the suspicious movement. There was a gun battle between the militants and security forces, which resulted in killing of 2 militants. Security forces have also recovered a huge cache of arms and ammunition from them. Both the militant bodies have also been recovered from the operation site. There are unconfirmed reports coming in from Poonch, which has not been confirmed by the army yet, but our sources in the security forces are telling us that there was a brief ceasefire violation on the Poonch sector, where Pakistani troops basically fired towards the Indian post on the forward post. There has been no damage in that incident, but it was retaliated by the Indian army as well. If we talk about the whole of Jammu and Kashmir right now, security has been put on high alert. We're seeing the presence of security personnel on the ground, especially those areas which are where tourists really frequently go, around the Dal Lake in Srinagar, as well as other areas where they go for shopping. The security has been beefed up. However, shops have been closed for today, but the tourist activity is going on in some areas, but a lot of them definitely scared after yesterday's incident, and it might really be a big blow to the tourism of Jammu and Kashmir.
And understandably so, Idris. Of course, troops have been mobilized. Reactions are pouring in from across the globe. And thank you so much. Of course, these are the live visuals that we're getting right now as well of protests. As Idris mentioned earlier, there's a Bandh in Jammu and Kashmir. And just to sum up, there was an infiltration bid that was thwarted in Baramulla, and also some reports of a ceasefire violation brief in the Poonch district. Of course, the situation has remained tense. It's turned more volatile in the past 24 hours or so. There's going to be lots to discuss through the course of the day. Idris, thank you so much for bringing us the updates for now. We will, of course, get back in touch with you for more updates on this.